Hi folks, I'm smoking my Savinelli and in it I've got Dunhill's Early Morning Blend. This is a VR to Unicorn Piper who's got 2 years and 3,000 sub score going. And you've asked us to do a video on anything we want, which leaves the field wide open for me. But I want to do one on smoking and some recent blends that I've tried, and to give my first impressions of them. One that really surprises me is I got a tin of Cult Red Moon, which is an aromatic, and I'm not a great aromatic fan. But Cult Red Moon is just in a field of its own, I think, for me. And this is only my opinion, which isn't that good because of my sense of taste and smell. But the cherry flavour is not overpowering, but it's there. It's there as an addition to the tobacco, as an asset to the smoker. I just found it such a lovely smoke because you get the flavours of the tobaccos in it and you get the cherry flavour coming through. But unlike a lot of cherries, it's not overdone. Some of the cherries that I've tasted have just been almost sickly in their presentation and overpowering, which is all right if what you want is to smoke cherries, the taste of cherries. But for me, smoking is about tobacco as much as an additional flavour. So that's one that I've tried recently that, as I say, surprised me. Another one that surprised me was Ennerdale Flake, and I've mentioned this 2 or 3 times in videos. When I first tried it, I thought I'd taken a mouthful of men's aftershave. You're probably not one of the weird guys like we have in this country, where you have a few drinks and then somebody says, I dare you to drink a bottle of aftershave. And anybody who's done that will know what I mean when I say that taste in your mouth. And I thought, oh, I've wasted my money here. So I jarred it up and put it to mature in the hope that it would settle down. And it has. The scent is still there, but it's again an asset to the tobacco. It's the flake and tobacco is there and tasty, but the scent gives a very special addition. Unlike sort of most natural flavours, it has a little bit of a sort of kick to it, an aftertaste to it as you're smoking, and comes across as if it sort of complements the tobacco. So that's one that I really like. My daughter bought me some brown bogey twist for my birthday earlier this month, and I love twist tobaccos. This one was used in this country a lot by miners, because when you go down the mine, you're searched for matches, and you can't take anything down the mine that might cause an explosion. So they used to carry brown bogey with them, and when they were down the mine, they would bite off a piece and chew it, and they'd get their nicotine hit. and then when they came up, they'd smoke it. Twists are very strong, and brown bogies, the brown twists are the strongest, really. And they have a depth that can be easily missed by somebody who first smokes them and is hit by the nicotine and finds them one-dimensional. But twists are never one-dimensional. They have surprises in them sometimes. I was smoking the other day, and this burst of sweetness in a mouthful of smoke brought me up short. In the next mouthful, it wasn't there. And some of the little surprises like that you're not expecting. So that's another one that I've tried recently. And one that is special to me because it was bought by my daughter as well, which I thought was very astute of her. I don't know whether she'd asked Timothy what would be a good one to get. Excuse me while I light my pipe. One of our local tobacconists, well, not a local tobacconist, but an online tobacconist that we use, has come up with GQ blends. And it's a blend it yourself kit. Glenn was one of the, Glyn rather, Quelch, used to own the company. And he used to do his own blending. And they were very, very popular blends, but with the legislation, it rather put a kibosh on it. But he's come up with a way of putting different tobaccos together, which is quite legal. All you're doing is buying different blends of tobacco, and you mix them at home. And they're very good. They're excellent tobaccos. I'm really surprised that no tobacco company had bought them up. But anyway, that's a different point. One of the ones I did was called Swamp Flower. It was made for an MP, a Member of Parliament, and developed for him. And that's a really nice blend. All the blends that I've tried for his, except I haven't tried sort of the chocolate blends and those kind of things, are very good because they all have a high latakia content, which I like and which he uses in the blends, but they're never overpowering. His skill at blending the various tobaccos together is remarkable. And I'm really pleased that they've started selling them as blends that are available now. And I hope there's some more in the pipeline. And mixing the tobacco yourself, it has a nice sort of symbolism, a nice feel about it. You know, although you haven't put the blend together, there's still a joy in mixing tobacco, in getting your hands in it and really making sure it's mixed. And some of the blends, you have to mix them for a long time because of the tobaccos that are used to make sure that they're mixed properly. I think I'll leave it there because I'm coming up to 10 minutes. But I just want to say how attractive I find your channels. your way of presenting and the things that you present are so good, and your reviews are spot on. You have something that I deeply envy, and that's the ability to taste and smell in a way that helps you so much with the blend. Sorry, the dog's just gone mad. But anyway, your blends are so good, and so sorry. Your reviews are so good and so distinctive that they really help. A lot of them are American tobaccos, and of course that's difficult for us to get in England. I tend to use Cup of Joes because they get their tobacco through to me in a custom-friendly way. So thank you for your site. Thank you for the way you present, and just for your character as a man and as a human being. And I hope that you just continue to do well and to improve in health. I know you've had some health issues, but I hope that's treatable and is on its way behind you. And I wish you every blessing.